Happy Friday. Today is Friday, July 2nd, 2021, and welcome to the second half of the year. So this is our weekly planning video, as you know. So I'll just say that it's been a pretty amazing first half of the year, and please tune into next week's market update video, which we hope to get out on Tuesday because the markets are closed on Monday for the Independence Day holiday. So I'll set this up next week in that video. I'll set up where we are in the cycle, and as we start the second half of the year, and we'll talk about some of the headwinds and the tailwinds that are set for this market right now and that are going to be in front of us. For now, let's jump into a few planning ideas. The first one is really about the idea of planning in general, right? Many of you fall victim to what I've been fighting the last couple of days, right? My children have all gone off to camp. Many of you are checked out for the summer, for the long weekend at least, right? And to some degree, a lot of people are in summer mode. So you may be tempted to settle back and say, oh, I'll come back in the fall and we'll deal with that. So as tempting as that may be, every year, and this year can be argued even more so, and it's more important, we use this time and we plan in the summertime, and we put some goals together for the short and the long term for your financial plan. I heard some people on TV the other day, and they were talking about the idea, said that seasonally, this is a great time for the market. It's a great time of year. He followed up that by saying in the next 8 to 10 days, we could see some good moves in the market. Now, you did not hear me wrong then. I don't know where he got the idea that you can measure a season in days anymore. But again, we're going to talk about that in a second. Today, we're going to focus long-term goals and planning. But today I want to touch on a couple of things, reality and complacency. Two things that I don't think are always really in line right now. So again, now's not the time for the market update. Remember, I'm optimistic about the markets, optimistic about our future, but the time frame and risks, this is what really makes the difference in how we invest in the markets. So I had a conversation this week with someone who is trading their account for short-term profits. It's obviously not for everyone, but they've done pretty well. And the call to me was about the age-old question. I'm not sure when to sell. So I told him, like I'll tell you, this is just like a conversation I had in 1998. I spoke with a gentleman who had just sold his business and he was trading. This was the go-go 90s. And he was trading his account for short-term profits. And what he said to me was the following. He said, I'm going to keep doing this until it doesn't work anymore. So, well then, like now, there's a couple of things that are concerning about that. So first, what I'll suggest is that everyone should keep in mind, don't mistake a bull market for brains. What I mean by that is this. When market volatility is like it is now, it can be easy to think that stocks can't go down for any long period of time. They go down, they come right back up. Now, again, I'm optimistic on the market, but playing the high risk space, buying stocks based on momentum, hopes and dreams, this is something that's very, very risky way to invest. And I do use that term invest very loosely because really it's trading, it's gambling, not investing. Now, again, maybe it fits in your portfolio. You can build some wealth on it. But again, you have to remember when the short-term trading with risk stocks and momentum ends, nobody is going to go out there and wave the banner. No one's going to blow the whistle and say it's over now and it's different this time. It'll look like the last time you bought on a pullback, except for that pullback won't stop and it'll keep pulling back. So your short-term trades won't look like they did before. So again, taking this to the planning part is what this is all about. If you want to play in that risk space, please remember, don't put money there that you need to reach your goals. Don't trade with money that you can't afford to lose. Again, 10 years ago, we had a generation of investors that were 10 years past 9/11. And I can tell you that all the data showed that those people wanted nothing to do with investing because they saw what happened at 9/11. They saw what happened immediately thereafter. And you can see they were very hesitant to invest in stocks. Today, we're in the opposite end of that. The VIX, which many call the fear index, is near all-time lows. Complacency is a big concern and is something that, again, you'll hear me talk about a lot. I'm not suggesting that you can't take those risks. This is a decision that we can discuss and see if it fits anywhere in your portfolio and your plan. But contrary to many people's thoughts, stocks can go down and some stocks won't come back. We all think that every stock is going to come back eventually. Some stocks won't. Just go back to the IPO list of 1998, 1999, and you'll see that stocks don't always come back. And again, you can argue that we're in a pretty incredible time right now. So again, something we need to look at. So that's one item. The second item I want to talk about as I wrap up is we're starting the second half of the year. As I mentioned, it's now time to take an accounting of where we are and where we're going. In our meetings, I'm going to talk to you about a lot of the things that you've heard me talk about for the last year on these videos and in person and in our meetings we've talked about. Yes, that's it. Beneficiaries, estate plans, IRA contributions, permanent income plans, long-term care plans. Most importantly, I'm going to ask you to take a step back from the frantic pace that we've had over the last 18 months, and let's talk about our goals again. What are those goals? How am I doing towards reaching those goals? And what changes do we need to make going into the rest of this year to reach those goals? So right now we're going into the long weekend. We will celebrate Independence Day on Monday, July 4th on Sunday, celebrated in the markets with the markets being closed on Monday. Things that we really can't take for granted, freedom and independence. So have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. Remember, markets are closed on Monday, so I'm hoping to get a market update video for you on Tuesday morning. Our team will be working on it. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.